Yeah, the Premier recognizes that many of our young people want to free their potential, to maximize opportunities as far as life chances are concerned, their futures, their prospects. Just to recap, on the 17th of April 2023, the formal announcement of the payment of way in excess of 76 million rand with funds donated by the Manufacturing, Engineering and Related Services SETA, MERSITA as it is briefly known. Those funds have since been paid over to the various institutions, these being the Motheo TVET College, the Central University of Technology and the University of the Free State, to cater principally for a cohort of students who are otherwise known as the missing middle. These are students who ordinarily would not qualify in terms of the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, and yet 1,850 of them today have very good prospects of getting a job, of starting a business, because they need that piece of paper, given the fact that they graduated. And their parents indeed are very proud of their achievements, and this is the contribution that the Free State Government under the leadership of Premier Mxolisi Dukwana is making. You asked about the brief period. This, you must remember, is underpinned by a formal agreement between the Services Sectoral Education Training Authority, in this case MERSITA, and the provincial government to ensure that this gets paid, and this lays a very firm foundation for many other types of collaborations between this particular sector education training authority and the provincial government, because human capital formation is very important for any economy. Reference was made to the fourth industrial revolution, in this case artificial intelligence, and the fact that the CUT will become that hub of AI or artificial intelligence in the Free State. The provincial government, led, as I said, by Premier Mxolisi Dukwana, is very much cognizant of this reality, and that the future of work is so complex that the firm foundation must be built right now. And this is just the beginning. Well, there are many psychosocial factors, as we know, that give rise to abuse of not only alcohol, but even other prohibited substances among young people. A mere state of despondency, despair, dejection, loss of faith in the future, etc. And all of what is happening now, even though it at the moment caters for a small fraction of young people, we believe that it will have a multiplier effect. But it must be a multifaceted approach, including social development and all other departments, and that there must be a total strategy at the heart of it all to curb it, so that our young people do not abuse alcohol. The Premier did mention, in fact, that people can use, to the extent that they are allowed in terms of their age, can use alcohol, but they must not abuse it, because we know that it can be poisonous if people abuse it. That's why you have advisories even on trucks of the South African breweries. And that is the message of the Premier, and he would like a healthy nation that is not dependent on alcohol for people to feel that they belong.
I must just say, we as MERSITA stay very ready most of the time to intervene where we are, but the reaction of our counterpart makes the difference as well. I have to start a bit back. As MERSITA as well, this is part of our turnaround strategy. We realized that we were actually a bit slower than we needed to be. So we did a turnaround which allows us to react faster. And when we were ready, we found a very ready and active Premier in Premier Dugwana, who just made sure that all his officials are there when they are needed, everything gets signed, and that is how it happened. It's a turnaround from us, and a very, very committed Premier was able to see this is good for my province, let me move.
What will be your next program that you will visit the MERSITA from Free State? Because this is the second visit.
Yes.
The previous first one, the 17th, and now here.
Yeah, we have only done the Eastern Cape with regard to student debt. The others are still applying and in motion, so I won't know yet. But we do have other skills programs that we are launching. As the principal of Muteo said, there are all these projects, apart from the student debt clearing, that we are doing with universities and technical colleges, even here. As the principal of Muteo said, we have made a vast investment into the college to ensure their throughput of 30,000 artisans. And that's the space where we are biggest. And artisanship basically involves theoretical and practical training. So students that go on such programs are able to earn a stipend, and so be able to look after themselves and give a little bit to the household. Are with me? So those are other programs that we have and that we are strong on, and we are hoping that a lot of these youngsters that have got their certificates now will be absorbed into such programs, if not yet getting into employment.
Now, as the Chief Financial Officer for the Institution for Central University of Technology, our role was to make sure that for the students who are graduated, but with a huge debts, of which when they graduated, they just get only the statement of results, not able to get the certificate of their qualifications. Our role was to make sure that indeed the students at the end, after the MERSITA approach us in terms of the clearing the debts, we have to prepare our data right to make sure that the qualified students, at least they are being actually assisted in terms of the wipe out of their debts. With the Central University of Technology, we talk about more than 600 students who are actually going to be cleared and receive their certificates of the qualifications. And just also to indicate that the MERSITA play a very big, massive role in these institutions by clearing almost 57 million. Yes, they give out a commitment to clear the debts in terms of all the students who are actually in the campus of the Bloemfontein as well the campus of the Velkom. Yes. Okay. For future, I just want to say to MERSITA, if MERSITA comes forward all the times, more especially for the students who are still actually starting with their studies, so that it boosts them their morale, and also to make sure that indeed, most especially those ones who are in relative most for manufacturing as well, in engineering as well, that there's a future for whatever that they do, that indeed with their qualification they can even work for themselves. Yes, I want them also to come, and also the students as well, to play the role in the economy of South Africa.
Okay, this is a culmination of a lot of work which has been done over years. CUT has established a very close relationship with the Free State Provincial Government. 3 years ago in 2019, we co-hosted the first Fourth Industrial Revolution Summit. And that was the eye-opener, because out of that we decided the technologies which we are going to work on. We decided to do artificial intelligence, 3D printing, robotics, and blockchain. So over the 3 years, we developed work in those areas. And in 2022 July, we had the second Industrial Revolution Summit, where we displayed those technology together with the others, in partnership with the industry, the government, and the community. So the event today is actually showing the relationship which we had with the MERSITA, where they are supporting development of skills. And today particularly, they are paying for students who finish their courses and the programs, but they didn't have money to pay in order to get certificates. So now by paying this debt, those graduates are going to get their certificates, then they can move on to get employment and all other activities. So our role has been to produce the students and working closely with the MERSITA and provincial government so that we can launch it.
Let me start first by appreciating the support that Motheo TVET College has received from MERSITA and the provincial government of the Free State, which afforded about 1,157 young people bursaries for them to settle their outstanding accounts, their debts, which they couldn't afford to pay over the years. That starts from students from 2020 until 2022, which the Premier has really extended a helping hand to assist. That clears off their debt, and they were therefore able to receive their certificates, which they have long been waiting for. In addition to that, there are about 400 young people who will be receiving stipends for them to participate in internships, which helps them to complete their qualifications, which they acquired from our college. Those in mechanical engineering, those in electrical, those in the soft skills, like HR, marketing, finance. They will be able to be placed at different municipalities in the Free State. We are in conversation now with about 80 municipalities across the province for us to place them in their offices there, and also for them to be able to assist the municipalities, as municipalities are having a capacity shortage in as far as the technical side of it is concerned. So they will be receiving this support through placement of young people for a period of 18 months, some 24 months, depending on their qualification. And we want to place them in their hometowns for them not to be struggling with accommodation, to suffer in terms of food issues, but they will be waking up from home, walking to the municipality, making an impact in their communities. And after that, municipalities can decide whether they want to absorb them to strengthen their workforce, or they can also leave for other avenues as young people. But this is a good initiative. We also have about 165 young people who will be coming to Motheo TVET College to receive training on occupational qualifications and also artisan development. We are really grateful to MERSITA for making that opportunity, making things possible. For bursaries, they have received an amount of 6 million rands. For placement of students, about 34 million rands. That is money that is there for skills development to support this country and make somebody else's dream to come true. And over and above that, we are having machinery that we are going to procure from the funding that we receive from MERSITA. As a college, we are manufacturing furniture. And part of the machines that we received are CNC machines that will help us to design and manufacture furniture. And these young people will be beneficial.
Central TV.